Hey everyone, Suzi here, and today we're playing Watcher of Realms. For today's video, we're going to take a look at Lord Phineas. Let's see what he's all about. Alright, so this is going to be a first look video. We're going to read through all the details and kind of talk through what sticks out to us. Me talking to you guys by myself, as in us. As we go along. He is part of a 15 times event for this weekend, which starts on Thursday with the holiday for Thanksgiving. Black Friday is Friday, and there will be some amazing deals hitting at midnight, so we will talk about that too. Thursday, I will definitely be doing some summons, probably for this fellow right here, and Magda. That banner is great. And yeah, I guess we need to really take a look and see how worthy is he of our summons. Let's find out together. Oh, and a side note, if this video or other first look videos seem a bit long, do remember that I always read the lore at the very end, so I will do that like always. These tend to be quite long and take like 3 to 5 minutes, sometimes even more to read, so that will be the very end of this video if you want to hear what he's all about for real, for real. Right, let's get into the kit, the real stuff that I guess that really matters, besides the lore and his story. So, Viscount of Flame, Lord Phineas. He's a fighter that deals magic damage. Another magic damage fighter. I do love that fancy dagger. Let's take a look at his visuals here quick. Interesting cape. I don't know, to me, he kind of looks more like an epic, not a legendary. I don't know why. I feel like we're just missing something. But he's cool. He's cool. Maybe there just need to be some more effects around the eyes, or I don't even know. I guess he's cool. Interesting look. Cool symbolism. He's infernal for his faction. Alright, I like the dagger. The dagger's really cool. It really is. It's alright. Okay, oops, as I try to click in, can I get him to zoom in? Yeah, there we go. There we go, alright. So, beware of Phineas, the ambitious mastermind behind Infernal Blast. He not only empowers his faction's heroes, but also wields a dagger that can devastate single targets. Single target attack, hard control, and ally buff. Hard control? I don't feel like I've seen that term before. Or at least on anyone new for a while. Hard control. Alright, let's take a look at his base stats. Holy moly. Okay. We've got over 30,000 HP, 2,400 defense, and 7,200 attack. That is solid. Okay. Oh, he's expensive. His cost is 23. Interesting. That's some big attack, though. Right, guys? Holy moly. And then, let's see, attack speed interval, 2.6 seconds. Rage regen, auto is 13, basic 10. That's normal. Okay. Let me quickly, actually, no, I won't worry about that now. I want to go look at a couple others to compare, but that's really solid stats for sure. Definitely gonna be up there. Okay, so talent. When an ally uses their ultimate, the hero gains 1 stack of Viscount's Flame, up to 5 stacks. Additionally, grants a crit damage increase to the ally if they belong to Infernal Blast. So each stack increases crit damage by 25%. Holy moly. 5 times 25 for... That's a lot of extra crit damage. Holy stats. So he has great base attack. He's gonna easily have a shit ton of crit damage. He's gonna have a lot of BP for those of you that care about Guild War, right? For those demon soldiers, he's gonna have a lot of BP. That's a lot of... It's gonna be very easy to build him with a ton of crit damage. So maybe you actually do your build, if you're for normal play, a bit more heavy on attack percentage, so you have something to scale off of instead of just Yeah, that because you know you're building up so much extra. That's really cool. So yeah, additionally grants crit damage increase to the ally if they belong. So this is a 25% crit damage increase to the allies if they are part of Infernal Blast too. Really interesting. Basic attack is just a one enemy magic damage. Ultimate. Let's see how that little animation. It's like a slice. Oh, that's cool. Like a backhanded slice, I think. I like it. Alright, increases attack by 40% and doubles the effect of Viscount's Flame, granted by the hero while increasing attack range. Upon activation, deals 600% burst damage one time to one target in range, then changes to ranged attack. Removes all stacks of Viscount's Flame from the hero when the ultimate ends. Holy moly. So he gets a 3-tile range instead of just the one in front of him for his ultimate. And does a burst damage. Wow. But then becomes ranged afterward? That's super interesting. This is going to have some very specific uses. I feel like this kit was designed for something very specific. I could see, I'm trying to think the value in like Gear Dungeon 2. Magic damage fighters are always great. But is there a reason to have like a burst damage to take out a boss or an enemy, then switch to ranged? Not necessarily there for the way that those Volkas come out, right? I mean, obviously, I'm assuming any of the campaign or Voidrift stages he'll be strong for regardless. That's a no-brainer. But I wonder if there is something very specific for that type of mechanic with his ultimate. They usually do that. These games like to put out a character and then later on release content that's very specific to make that character shine. And then we might be like, well, what's this one thing really intended for? And we don't even find out till later. But let me know in the comments below if something sticks out in your mind when you hear like a big burst damage to hit one target, then switching to ranged attacks afterward. I'm really curious. Okay. Blade of Treachery. Basic attack has a 25% chance to deal 180% damage and inflict stun on the target. This chance doubles during the ultimate, and it's a 1-second stun. And then other passive increases penetration by 5% for each burning effect on the target, up to 5 stacks. So as it is with his basic kit, he does not apply burn himself, but he's obviously part of the Infernal faction. So, and he gives his Infernal allies extra crit damage. So he's certainly intended to be used alongside heroes that are going to be burning, like a Zilla 2 or something fun. So let's see what his Awakenings give. Maybe they add some burning that he will do himself. So then he'll help give it up to 25% extra or 27% extra wait, 1%. Oh, so it's up to 7% penetration increase for 5 stacks to 35%. That's awesome. Holy moly. Definitely intended to work with burners. Okay, here we go. And exactly what I was hoping to see. His Awaken 1. So we're going to be pulling for an Awaken 1 of this guy, let's be honest. Because if we want to use him on his own without other heroes that burn, it would be a little bit underwhelming. Possibly. You wouldn't be taking advantage of that amazing passive extra damage, regardless, if that was the case. But yeah, his Awaken 1 increases the base chance of Blade Treachery by 5%, and Blade Treachery can now inflict burning, which is a 20% continuous magic damage per second. Burning effect from different sources can coexist. So, Blade of Treachery, that's so cool. 25% chance to deal extra, so it just, yeah, it goes up quite a bit. I like it. I like it. That damage is so much better with the idea of that passive adding 35%, up to 35% extra penetration. And then we have 5% attack with the Awaken 2, Awaken 3. When an Infernal Blast ally uses their ultimate, the talent switches to granting crit damage increase to them. Oh. So it was a smaller version of only 25%. This one becomes the big version of 50% extra crit damage. All right. And then more penetration, 8% with his Awaken 4 and Awaken 5. After the ultimate ends, 50% chance to retain Viscount's flame. Oh, that's crazy. Because that's a ton of extra damage. That's so much. So after the end of his ultimate, when he switches, well, when the ultimate timer ends, normally you just drop this, but with Awaken 5, he keeps it. Potentially. But that's so much RNG. So if you're going to use him somewhere like Guild Boss 1 or 2, Drake's Chasm, or Titanic Ruins, which I'm sure he'll be amazing for, he's going to be very, very RNG and all over the place for damage if you're using him with an Awaken 5 at least, because that's only 50-50. But it's huge potential. Like, if it's something where you're just trying to hit a record and you're relying on that to happen and it doesn't happen much, you redo the run kind of thing. It could be for people trying to push like personal records or world records. So that's a lot of extra crit damage added. Okay, I like it. This guy sounds insane. Why does everyone have to sound so fun? That's because they want you to summon, in case spend money. I mean, kidding, not kidding. He sounds really cool. The amount of crit damage plus the penetration, he's gonna be a top tier damage dealer, right? I can't see him not. At least for single target, of course. But yeah, and he buffs his other Infernal Blast allies, giving them more crit damage as well. So he's gonna help bring the Infernal teams, I mean, I won't say back on the map, they never really went away. But there's definitely been strengths with Piercers and Nightmare. And while a lot of us have already done Guild Boss 2, the top damage with an Infernal team a long time ago, it's so easy to forget about it. Like, I don't even use Twin Fiend or Soul Cadence in my Titanic Ruins now. I don't even use an Infernal team there. And that used to be one of the best options. Or do I? And it's just YOLO. No, I don't. I use Arbiter, Piercer, Nightmare, and the Watcher. Because Ingrid. And Lucius. So I don't even use Infernal in Titanic Ruins. But maybe this would change that. He sounds super cool. I dig it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And now I'm going to read it through the lore. Get myself out of the way. Let's roll. The Hands of Hell. Someday I'll return for his other eye. Wrath. Oh, there's a story behind this. Okay, I like it. Let's go. Sorry, I don't normally commentate. Back to the story. In the shadowy depths of Taya's infernal underbelly, where power and treachery entwine like serpents, one figure rose from obscurity to dominance, his dark strategies earning him a seat at the highest of tables. This is the tale of Lord Phineas, the Viscount of Flame. Phineas was once a minor demon barely scraping by in the lower echelons of the Infernal Blast. Yet, as Valderon gained infamy as the leader of the Chaos Dominion, Phineas foresaw a unique opportunity. By assisting Valderon's ascension in Taya, he could ride the wave of power that would accompany his rise, and moreover, peel the Infernal Blast from under the boot of their greatest rival, the Nightmare Council. Though it was a cunning plan, Phineas was not first to envision it, I think they mean. For Wrath, Valderon, esteemed loyalist and leader of the rival faction, had long since positioned himself for that role, and had no intention of yielding it. To Wrath, the Viscount was just another petty demon lacking the talent needed to ascend. However, such a misreckoning could cost him dearly. Phineas soon learned of a dagger belonging to Wrath. Fashioned from a shard of Valderon's own great sword, Imbued with the chaotic lord's essence, this dagger symbolizes Wrath's favored position, understanding that possession of the weapon could gain him attention and respect. Phineas set his sights on it. With patience and guile, Phineas managed to infiltrate Wrath's lair and found the dagger resting on a crimson mantle, its blade glowing dark with malevolent fire. As he grasped it, he felt a surge of power, seemingly a connection to Valderon himself. What Phineas did not know is that Wrath had placed the dagger there in anticipation of the Viscount. He was tipped off. The moment having arrived, Wrath emerged from the shadows with a dark grin and pounced on the thief, intending to end his reprehensible existence. Caught completely off guard, Phineas summoned every ounce of his cunning and fury. In a desperate and calculated move, he drove the dagger into Wrath's side, twisting it to the hilt. Wrath howled in anguish and proceeded to plunge his claws into Phineas's eye with a sickening crunch. Aware that this is now life or death, Phineas' twisted mind snapped as he set himself aflame with the blade's black fire, and as the two writhed in pain, fully consumed by the flames of Valderon, Wrath loosened his grip just enough for Phineas to break free, bellowing madly as he vowed to one day finish the job. Both incensed and impressed with the vileness of character, Valderon felt that Phineas had proved himself with sheer tenacity, mutilating his flesh with the dagger's flames in defiance of death. Phineas had earned the respect of fellow demons and the chaotic lord, but it came at the cost of his physical form, which was burned beyond all recognition. Today, although he wears a bronze mask hiding his facial scars, his body remains charred black, a reminder of the high price of admission to enter the Hell's inner circles.